We welcome you out to our spring membership kickoff. My name is Jake Bangeter, and I'm the advisor for the council membership committee. One note from our Chief Scout Executive, that Roger Crone, he wanted to highlight that as a nation, we grew scouting by 1.56%. 127 councils had growth. We were one of those. We'll highlight that in a minute. And an 11% increase in girls in scouting, almost to 200,000. And this year, part of their focuses are going to be on both spring recruiting, but also for middle school age youth. Then down here where we can't see, just talks about some things that they're working on that will help the professional staff and those within the system to help alleviate some issues, hopefully, in the future with some of the IT improvements. They talked about why Scouts BSA spring membership makes sense because they've just completed their fall activities. They're looking for something to do in the spring. They also, of course, want to do something really exciting in the summer. And so troop recruitment as you get ready for summer camp is a great time to do that. Very interesting thing that they did was they surveyed over 1,000 families, a lot of them not in scouting. They said 750 out of those 1,000 plus were not scout families, but reasons to join scouting. Look at those top four: being confident that it would keep my child safe, quality of the leadership, how well organized the program is, and how much my child will enjoy it. So very exciting to get that kind of response from those surveys. All right, as our council finished out last year, you can kind of see there at the bottom right here, got 198 more kids in 2024 than we did in 2023. We grew by just under 3.4%. And look at the cub growth, 176 over the year before, and girls in the program over 200 more, 21% increase. Fantastic job all the way around by units and volunteers on the district level to make this happen, and of course the district executives. Okay, this is our kind of our spring push report. So this would be for us to get to growth by the end of June, which would be our spring target. We need 243 more to go. That shows at the bottom there. Again, sorry for the screen. That's very doable. I believe we've proven that in the past. But what it takes from all of us is to set some goals in our units and our districts to grow in the spring, and then we catapult that into growth in the fall. Of course, we'll have our fall kickoff later this year. We'll talk about that a little bit later in this meeting. But we're only 5% down right now. Our goal is to get 5% ahead. So we would want to get about 500 more kids than what we have today. That comes from all the recharters and things like that. There's also some youth that may not have renewed when the unit just renewed during the recharter process. So that would be something you'd want to look at, is go through your roster. On my.scouting, you'll have the green R next to the people's names that are registered. If they don't have that, then they're probably eligible to renew, but haven't done so. We believe there's lots of those out there that are still coming to meetings, but they're not registered for some reason. So now would be a good time to do kind of an inventory and make sure that your youth and adults that are in the program are all registered, because we are seeing quite a few of those that may just need another reminder. Something that we're trying to help with on that front is we've got a postcard that we're sending out in the mail each month that talks about how it's not too late to renew your Scouting America membership, and it gives instructions on the back on how they can do that, or they can call the office if they need some help to renew their membership. I'm gonna stop the share a minute so I can show you my screen. I've got this packet here. We've got thousands of them that National had from the fall campaign. It's kind of a welcome kit that a Cub Scout can get in the mail. So we're going to be working to get those out to families that join during the spring. So we've got kind of a sticker that's got a shoe print, got a big magnet that they can put on a car or a fridge. It's got a couple other materials on like uniform stuff and recruiter patches if they can get some more friends into the program, and a little Scout Life magazine as well. So those are some of the tools and things that we will be sharing as this recruitment period continues. But yeah, this one's very specific, I think, to Cub Scouts, so that won't go to for everybody, but it will go to Cub age youth. So next, again, we had a little video we were going to share about some famous people that are kind of influencers, as well as NFL running back from the Detroit Lions, David Montgomery, and what he did to promote scouting. Just recently, he gave the scout sign after a touchdown in a big game, kind of in prime time on TV. So then he did some more stories to help promote scouting. So again, we'll share those later, but we appreciate all the work National has been doing on their social media side and things to help push people to go to beascout.org to get those leads in and to help units to grow locally. And so we're going to give some time now to Dakota to talk about Be a Scout leads and such.
What's up?
We're doing the Eagle Board review tonight.
Is that tonight?
Hey, Jason, we can hear you.
Review this approval, sign it as units.
Jason. Awesome. Sweet. Thanks, Jake. So as Jake mentioned, National has put a lot of effort and energy into directing people to beascout.org. Is anybody out there unfamiliar with beascout.org? Oh, good. I don't see any hands. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. You guys see that? I'm just going to, Jake, can you see that? I can't see you guys anymore. I'm sorry.
Yep, looks great.
Awesome. Thanks.
I can see it.
Wonderful. So this right here, these are all the leads that Jake was just talking about. Now, I didn't realize it, but he just said we need 243 kids to hit our goal. And look at that. We have 230 right there. We only need 13 more and we're going to hit our goal. So this right here are all the people who go in and they say, hey, I want to learn about scouting. And so if we click on this right here where it says new, okay, if you look over here, I'm sorry, my screen is kind of blocked by the Zoom thing. I believe there are 64 that have been submitted in the last 2 weeks. 64 people have wanted to know more about scouting. So I'm going to click on one. And this one right here, it gives you the parents' information. It shows where they're from, Santa Quin, Utah. Talks about their family. They have a 9-year-old, they have an 8-year-old, and it gives a suggested pack. All right, I'm going to go back. Let's see if we can find another one. Oh, now we have one less new one because I just opened that one. Sorry, guys. Let's pick this one. Old Ephraim. So it's up by Jason. Logan. Okay, they have a 10-year-old that looks like they're interested in joining scouting. This is a really great system, a really easy way for the kids to come to us. It doesn't require a lot of effort on our side, but it does require us to take care of these leads. So as a unit leader, obviously it's going to look similar to this. Your number is going to be quite a bit smaller. You will get new leads. You'll have 1, 2 new leads. And as you go in there, you're going to pick a lead again, pick that new lead. You're going to have the chance to work this lead. And so there are lots of different ways we can do this. Some units like to email, some units like to text the parents. I would recommend calling. I don't know too many parents, my age demographic that's going to be checking their personal email, their junk email that they give to, all the organizations too often. And so a text message is great and a phone call is probably even better. On that phone call, I'm going to talk to Mandy. I'm going to say, hey, Mandy, tell me about your kindergartner. What are you interested in? And give them information about our pack, when we meet, where we meet, and all that stuff. Now, over here on the far right side, you can see it gives me a section to leave a note. So as I am communicating with the parents, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to type a little note saying, hey, I spoke with Mandy. She is really interested in a pack that meets on Wednesday nights. Now, unfortunately, our pack meets on Mondays. And so I need to figure out a way to get this to another pack that meets on Wednesday nights. And so there's a couple ways you can do it. You can go over here and you can click reassign and it will pull up the other units in your district and you can pick one that you know that has it. Or you can call your district executive and ask them, say, hey, I need a pack that meets on Wednesdays for Mandy and her family to join. All right. Just because I, in my pack, can't help Mandy, we want to make sure that we don't close the lead because they still are interested in scouting. Now, as you can see, we have a lot in the open section and we have some in the pending and going down and closed. Unfortunately, we've let some of these sit here too long and they get closed automatically. All right. After how long is it, Jake? Is it they have 60 days, 90 days?
90.
90 days. Look at all these ones. Now, some of these, yes, have been contacted. So you look at this one right here. This one's actually great. It has a whole bunch of notes on the side. Sent an email right there on the 10th of January. Right there, welcome email sent and this. And they're going through and you can see them following up with this family as they're working this lead. All right. And so this is what we want all of them to look like. Unfortunately, we have a lot that get timed out because we're just not working them. So let me show you now where these leads are all coming from. Let me move my Zoom tab over. It should be right here. beascout.org is what we were just talking about. Have you guys been on this website before? I can't see you, so I'm going to pretend like you're nodding. Yes. So beascout.org. This is where mom and dad can go and find scouting nearest them. So you go in here and you're going to put your zip code. So I'm going to go 84405. It's my zip code here in Ogden. And I'm going to hit enter. And it's going to pull up all of the units that are closest to me, right? I can go through and let's look at these real quick. So this first one right here, pack 719 Utah Military Academy. Gives me the address, it gives me contact information. It even has a website for them, which is on Facebook. I click on that link, it will take me to their unit's Facebook page, which is pretty cool. Right here, online registration available for this unit. That's also a feature that you have to pick to turn on. And then it gives me a little information about their pack. Our pack meets Utah Military Academy, Monday nights at 7. Well, I know I'm looking for a Wednesday, so I'm gonna just keep on scrolling. Wednesday, this one right here, look at that. Thursdays. That's getting closer to Wednesday, but still not Wednesday. And I'm going to go through until I find a unit that I think is right for me. And then that's where you're going to go ahead and click on request more information. And then you go through the steps right here. And that's what generates these leads. All right. Now, when you're out and about talking to people and they say, you know, I want more information about scouting, give them your personal information. That's always best. But if you don't know what unit's closest to them or you're visiting from wherever, I would highly recommend remembering this beascout.org. Anybody can put in their zip code anywhere in America and it will find the closest units to them. All right. This is where all of those leads are being generated from. So let me go go back in here one more time. Oh, I shouldn't have gone out. Sorry, guys. All right, as that's thinking, if you remember on one of those units, it had a unit website, which was a link to their Facebook page. We think it's a great resource to have a unit Facebook page where you can put updates on what you guys are doing, what the units, their upcoming events, things like that, pictures. People love seeing pictures. Now, on the council's website, so if you see right here, Scouting America on our website, this is under Cub Hub. So I would go to the search bar and just type in Cub Hub. And this is our Cub Hub. And if you scroll down right here, social media calendar. This is a phenomenal tool put together by National that will help you get your Facebook page started. It's a quick start guide. Let me show you guys what it looks like right here. Jake, can you guys see that?
Yes.
Wonderful. So this is what it looks like. So it takes, for me, social media is quite intimidating. I'm not creative like Jeremy. I don't have those abilities, but this makes it easy for us because it gives you a picture and it even gives you the text. Look right here. This is my first post. from, what does it say? From taking your first hike to roasting your first marshmallow around the campfire.
You'll need to share your whole screen instead of just the Safari.
Oh,
It's
you
not
guys can see this one?
No.
Jake, you said yes. Sorry, guys. How do I, let me see, how do I share the screen? Ooh. How do I switch my shared options? Let me click on that. Let's try this.
Unshare and start over.
How's that?
There we go.
All right, sorry guys. So this is what it looks like. I apologize, that was my fault. So right here, you see the picture right there? That's the picture you're gonna use for your Facebook post. And then right here, it even tells you what to write. From taking your first hike to roasting your first marshmallow around the campfire, Cub Scouting is about fun. Look at that. Has all the words you need right there, and it even gives you a little red spot. Insert packed contact information. So whatever information you want for your pack. And it even has the beascout.org link right here that you can also link. And if you want to get super fancy, it even includes a couple of hashtags you can use. This is a super simple and easy guide that will allow you to create this landing place for your unit on your Facebook page. Now it goes through, it has 6 different weeks. Some of the weeks have more than one, but like I said, this is a great resource for us to use to be able to build that landing page. So when families are looking for your unit and they click on your Facebook link, it shows that you guys are active, you have things going on, it has information about your pack, it talks about when you meet, where you meet, things that you do, what kind of pack you are, and helps them make better decisions on where they'd want to go. That's what we want to do. We want to make it as easy as possible for parents to click on that register now button. And we think this will really help. So does anybody have any questions on where I found this page, this Facebook social media quick start guide?
Yeah, can you go through again how you got to that?
Absolutely. Let me switch my page here. Let me share. Let's go to this guy right here. All right, can you guys see this right here? Are you guys seeing that? We're on the Scout website.
Yep. Thank
All
you.
right, so we're on the council website, utahscouts.org. We'll go Cub Hub, type it in there, and it's right there. Cub Hub Recruitment Resources. Click on that one right there. Scroll down, and it's that social media calendar. And it's that very first one, or it's the bottom one if you want to do Scouts PSA, and it's a download that you can then copy and paste the text and the images from.
Gotcha. Thank you.
So, yeah, no problem. Any other questions on this? Any questions about the Be a Scout pins? You know what? I did fail to mention, Jake. We're going to rewind a little bit. Sorry, everybody. As I was waiting for that one. Okay. So as you can see, some of these pins have more information than others. Let's find one that's not. So this one right here doesn't have a lot of information about it. The key 3 of your unit, right? This one right here also, not a whole lot. The key 3 of your unit can go in there and add, take away, change contact information. And so I would recommend, if you notice that your unit or a neighbor's unit is not on here with the information they want or doesn't have correct information, please let their key 3 know. They can go in there and change that. And if they have a hard time with it, your district executive can also get in there and change this contact information for you. Okay, any other questions, comments? Awesome. Thanks, Jake.
Thank you. All right, next we're going to go to Jeremy to talk about another opportunity during the spring.
So the National Council has spent so much money on advertising since this last fall. I want to share an opportunity for your group to promote Cub Scouts as well, and that's inviting a Cub to camp, or a Cub age kid to camp. So a non-member, bring them to camp, and they are sure to have a memorable time. So on this Cub Hub that Dakota has been showing us, I want to share with you guys 2 additional things. One, if anyone in your unit invites a friend or recruits a friend to join Scouts, they can get this nice recruiter patch. You can just order that here on the Cub Hub page. In addition, If your unit grows by 5 new youth members this next month, we'll give you 1 free person at day camp. All you have to do is just fill out this form online to request that, and we will waive that fee for 1 person going to day camp. These are great opportunities for your PAC to reach out, to invite people to come to day camp, to join the unit and grow your unit. Jake, that's all I've got.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, Jeremy. Give me a second to share again. Okay, so following your council's membership plan. So we just had in our membership meeting from the council side, a plan developed and then approved by our board. And that has been sent out to district executives and the membership chairs of the districts. We will probably be able to put that also on the Cub Hub, so we'll add that to it now that it's been approved. But let me tell you a little bit about what's in there. So we kind of have a month by month game plan of how we're going to recruit more kids. So this is kind of at the high level from the council side / district, but it trickles down into each of the units. So the first bullet point of each month is our council membership meeting. Those are held for our district membership chairs and our council membership committee, where we discuss ideas and then we work to get those out to everybody. As Dakota mentioned, be a scout leads. Everybody can help with that. Unit Key 3 leadership, district executives can help with that. And we can update our pins, things like that will help to get more kids and families into scouting during the springtime. We did talk about the growth incentive, where if we get 5 cubs into scouts this spring, one gets into day camp for free. Kindergarten roundups, those tend to happen in April, but March is a good time to get those looked into, and then see if you can get a booth or something at one of those. Of course, when they're Lion Scout, that's a great place to start. But you may get some older siblings in there too when they're coming for those. And then of course in the fall, there's the back to school. But in the spring, we can definitely work hard for those kindergartners or even sometimes preschoolers that might be going in there and kind of planting that seed to get them ready for the future for scouting. We did talk a little bit about those youth that maybe haven't renewed, or maybe they've tailed off and during the holidays and haven't come back to scouts. We can all work on kind of doing a unit inventory and calling those families and seeing if we can get some of them back into the program and ready for camp, and then the next scout year, which begins in the fall. But camp's a great time to re-engage some of those families that may be tailed off that would love to do that and to create those memories by attending a summer camp experience. And then the achieve membership growth, that has to do with the district side. Of course, we want every unit to have a goal for spring and for fall on how many kids that they can recruit into their program. Of course, also during this time, we have a lot of cubs that age out, they do the bridging ceremonies and they go to the troop. So your Cub Scout packs especially will probably want to grow a little bit more during this time when you get those kids off into the Scouts BSA program. If you have a troop but you don't have a pack, maybe this is a good opportunity to work on maybe some younger siblings are kind of waiting in the wings. They haven't joined the program yet. You got some families that may be interested in getting in, but there's no Cub pack near them. That's another opportunity to identify that and to build a pack that then feeds into that troop that you might be a part of and keep scouting going. each year with more kids coming from those Webelos, Arrow of Lights to the troop. Another thing to do in May is to talk to school principals or PTAs, especially ones that maybe you have kids of your own that go to, or other kids in the packs that have their own schools that they go to, that maybe they have a better relationship there with the administration, and can work on finding out when the back to school date's going to be for 25-26, and see if they can have a booth at that, or another opportunity to connect with the kids coming back to school and talk about scouting. Our big goal is to grow by 5% by the end of June as a council. And we want to do that for a couple of reasons. One is with the new way that youth and adults renew, every month we're going to see ebbs and flows of membership. And so to combat that, we want to try to get as many kids in the program as possible, because we may have some, again, where we have families that tail off or eagle out or whatever, and then we can work to replenish our packs and troops during this time. Another thing that I really like that units do is planning their fall join nights during the spring, because that way they have a place, they have a date, they get all that ready, so that when they go and engage families at back to school or another opportunity, maybe it's even at their own meeting location, but they do kind of a big join night, do an activity that's more exciting than some of the others that we might be doing, and help engage those families. But planning that early and often will help. And another way to draw in some people for those join nights is to schedule to participate in things like parades in the city, or perhaps a booth at a fair or something along those lines. All right. Lastly, I wanted to point out that we will have our fall kickoff July 28th, 6 to 7 p.m. We'll be on Zoom. We invite everybody to set a unit recruitment goal. I'm sure that your district leaderships will talk with you about that at upcoming dates to get those goals and a commitment to help grow scouting within your local area. We do have the Zoom link all ready to go for the fall. That's on our council calendar. You click into that July 28th, you'll see it there. And then what we just talked about now, there's the Cub Hub that you can go to. We will post the video and the PowerPoint from tonight on there. We'll also put our membership plan from the council side on there. Again, we apologize that the some weird difficulties with this gray, and you'll be able to see those videos, and they're I think they could be a benefit to each unit to use one or another, even to post on their own Facebook pages, or you could implement it somewhere else that makes sense for a future recruiting opportunity. All these videos are also available from the Scouting America YouTube page, and if they're not there, they're on the BSA Brand Center, the Membership and Marketing Hub. If you Google that, you'll find a lot of resources that include flyers, many other videos, things like that. Well, thank you all for being on there. Look forward to growing scouting some more in 2025.